Hello everyone, good afternoon to honorable judges and to all watchers. My name is Immanuel and I am from 54th State Senior High School, Jakarta. In this opportunity, I would like to deliver my argument speech for the debate today. And for the motion today is this House regrets mergers and acquisitions within the tech industry. For example, Tokopedia and Gojek, Facebook and Instagram, and YouTube and Google. But first, I would like to tell you what is the definition of this motion. So what is a merger? A merger is something that occurs when two separated entities combine forces to create a new and joint organizations, while an acquisition, something that refers to takeover of one entity by another. So it's like a smaller company being acquired by the bigger company, and the bigger company acquiring the small company. Now, as the opposition team, I am highly disagree with this motion. Why? Because I think that merging companies could bring better impact for the world and for the country too. Why? Because by merging two companies, they can make new business fields and also new working fields. By creating those, they can actually recruit people from the country to work with them. This can be good for the company itself and also for the country and the people in the country because they make new working fields. And that could be profitable for the country too, right? And also by combining two companies, they could make a change to their platforms and to their apps. They can please the users and enrich the user experience. And by doing those, they could actually make a change to the users too, right? And for the country. Now, there are also some arguments that I would like to deny from the government team. The first one, why mergers and acquisitions within the tech industry are unjustified. While at the opposition team, I think merging companies and acquiring new companies within the tech industry is justified. Why? Because the first one, they actually have the right to do it, and it's not against the law. They have the right to do it because they would like to do it, and they want to make some changes, and they want to enrich the country too by making business fields and also working fields. And the second one is not against the law. If it is against the law, then there wouldn't be any merged companies or a company acquiring another company, right? Then it could be justified. And also the second, how mergers and acquisitions directly harm consumers. While as the opposition team, I think that merging companies and acquiring new companies isn't harming consumers. Why do I think so? Because a company must have think about their users' opinion, right? Because without the users, they are nothing. So their most focus is in their users. If their users is gonna get harmed, they wouldn't do it, right? And by changing the terms and condition to a new one, I think that is not harming consumers. There are some factors. First one, because they have an agreement. Before making the terms and condition, they must have reviewed it first and also they read it. And after that, they make an agreement. And then they send that term and condition to all their users. And then they also tell the users and asking for agreements to all the users. If the users agree, then it is not harming the users, right? And it is not a privacy harm because changing the terms and condition is actually enriching the user's privacy. By making a new terms and condition, they actually refute the old one and they want to make a change. They want to make a better terms and condition. And also, the government team mentioned that it is a form of imbalance for the smaller company. Well, it is not actually. For example, like YouTube and Google. By merging, we don't have to make a YouTube account and a Google account. We can simply have those both just by making one Google account, right? It is not form of imbalance because Google, the bigger company, is actually holding YouTube, the smaller company, and pushing it forward. That is means mutualism for both of the company and making prosper for all the users and probably companies or people who are working with them, who are collaborating with them. Because mergers are also about going forward together. They are pushing each other so they can reach their goals, so they can enrich their users, so they can please their users. And also, they are investing their assets and idea. By investing their assets, they could make better business, they could make new business, and they can be richer. And also, they could actually please the users, and they could probably make the users getting rich too, like YouTube. A lot of people making money with YouTube, but it's also because of Google, because of AdSense. AdSense is created by Google, and then Google is giving AdSense to YouTube. In that way, YouTube and Google is investing assets in their platforms, right? And also, the third reason is because taking the good size of each company. When a company merges with another company or a bigger company acquiring a smaller company, they actually want to make changes, and that's why they're taking the good size from each company. And then the next, for the labor, like I mentioned before, for the labor it's actually good, right? It's not bad because they're making new business fields and they also making new working fields. And then they are recruiting new people to work with them, they make new job opportunities, and then they enrich the business, they enhance the business, and that could be profitable not just for the companies, but for the country and for the users itself, right? And the last one, the government team mentioned that mergers are trying to eliminate others, but then they also mentioned that mergers making new products, making users have to use them. Well, I think the government team is being irrelevant because disagreeing with the both sides. I think that mergers aren't really trying to eliminate others. They actually want to push themselves forward. They want to enhance themselves. And also, mergers making new products, the users have to use them because they want to enhance themselves. Because that is the thing in competition, right? So my conclusion is, by merging two companies or acquiring another companies, the companies actually want to make new innovations and pleasing their users and also enriching their business and also making profit for the country too. Well, I think that's all from me. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you could get my point. Thank you so much.